Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video, I want to talk about mentorship during your PhD process. And this is pretty useful for anybody that is currently a graduate student or doing a master's program and going in, becoming a PhD, then finally becoming an assistant professor and doing all that kind of stuff. So if you don't know me, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity platform to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out during my graduate program that I just wanted to give back. And so I created this sort of sharing economy proofreading platform so that you can get peer feedback whenever you want it. And now I'm doing these YouTube videos to give it to let people know about reciprocity. So what I wanted to talk about with this, and this was sort of following a conversation that I had with a friend of mine recently that's going through the same sort of journey that we all go through. And I call this sort of the PhD or the graduate school journey, where you start off with not really knowing that much, and then at the end you kind of know a little bit more. And we all go through this entire journey and this entire process. It's really uncertain, and you don't know where you're going and who you should talk to. But what's really important with these kind of processes and in this kind of uncertainty with what's going on during the entire process, it's important to have a mentor along the way, or several mentors along the way, depending on who you can rely on, or the kind of style that you're looking for. So having somebody, and what do I mean by a mentor? A mentor is somebody that's going to give you advice and sort of help you sort of make some decisions along the way whenever you're faced with sort of uncertainty. And there's lots of uncertain sort of moments along the way. And generally, mentors within a graduate program might be somebody that's just a little bit older than you, could be the same age as you, or somebody that's a little bit more advanced in the process. For me, I've had all sorts of mentors, people that are just a couple of years ahead of me, or some people that are 20 years in the process. But the people that are more senior, the ones that are really good mentors are the ones that kind of get it, and they have the same sort of value system as you. So get it, in that I'm referring to people that have the same sort of value system as you, and they kind of they value the same things as you do, or similar things as you do, so they can give you good advice on how to deal with moments of uncertainty in your life. And some people that are really, really senior, sometimes they're not the best mentors. So some people like to set up really good mentors, or mentors that are much more senior along the way, but they just don't have the same value system as you do. So it's really important to find people that have very similar value systems as you. And during this process, or what ends up happening, and the things that I like to ask the mentor, or somebody that's mentoring me, and hopefully I'm mentoring other people, particularly with these sort of YouTube videos, it's just questions that I wouldn't normally ask other people, right? Or there's things that I wouldn't publicly ever ask, right? And there's just kind of moments where you're like, I don't know what to do. And and so there's lots of things that I don't talk about on sort of this YouTube channel, just because it is public, right? And I'm sort of afraid to ask. And there are things that you can't ask. So I have a wife and kids and stuff, and I can't ask them kind of some of this stuff because they're just not really going to know what to do. I might refer to them a lot. That my wife's my best friend and mentor for a lot of different things, but there's some things that she just can't sort of answer. So then I go and talk to a mentor where you're kind of stuck, right? So then I'll call them up or email them, and I'll ask them, hey, what do you think about this? And generally it is people that you get to know over time. And it is somebody that you can rely on over time, because I find people are very variable, and it doesn't matter where you are and what sort of, where you're working. People are just really, really variable in terms of their responsiveness, in terms of, whether they're actually going to get back to you and all that kind of stuff. So you just have to find the right people that are going to be mentors for you in terms of going forward. And start asking them. You can ask them all sorts of things, anything that's related to sort of PhD life and academic life, graduate school life, whatever it is that you're currently going through, becoming an assistant professor. So this is a really big thing. There's lots of things that you would love to talk about. And what's really important, I think, and it doesn't, the gender and stuff of the mentor doesn't necessarily matter. And But it is really important for some people to have similar, gender issues and stuff like that, or somebody that's of a similar gender to talk about some things. Like there's some things that you just never sort of mention, right? So if you're a dad, it's nice to talk to a dad that's dealing with some things. Or, if you're a young female, it's nice to talk to sort of maybe somebody that's a little bit older, in terms of an older female. And it just really does help in terms of finding somebody that has the same similar value systems as you, right? And in the moment, and it's really just for those moments. It's for having a mentor, it's for reassurance for the things that you're doing and that you're kind of doing this similar things. And B is to help you make decisions and give you a little bit of guidance on what to do next. There's just kind of uncertainty. Any of those moments where there's kind of a tremendous amount of uncertainty. So with that being said, if you are looking for a mentor, or if you would like to be a mentor for somebody, leave comments in the comments below, and I'll just post them online at the bottom of this video. And if people are willing to mentor other people, just be open and honest, saying that you'd like to mentor people. And it doesn't matter what program that you're in. It's just, being a mentor for somebody is really helpful. And feel free to leave comments below, and whether you would actually want to do this kind of stuff, right? And then I'll leave it up to you in terms of contacting the people that sort of put it on there. You can find their contact information through YouTube, and just use it as a resource for you, because I think it's very valuable. I've benefited a lot from this kind of stuff, and hopefully you'll benefit from it as well, particularly those people that are kind of don't really have somebody that's in the system just yet, or if you're not kind of in the PhD system and you're really uncertain, or graduate school system and you're not really all that certain, just put it down there. Make kind of groups through yourself, right? That's a valuable thing to do. So with that, thank you so much for following along. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And do subscribe to the YouTube channel.